A next one was coming half an hour behind. What a thing. When they tell me, they say, Minister, don't leave. They have some more of them down in St. Paul's. They're coming soon. So we stayed around. We were having a good time, you know. Hanging with the people and having a couple of beers and just generally enjoying the wonderful village of Saddlers. And comrades and friends, when I saw, I'm thinking now that they got about 3 or 4 people. As a matter of fact, the main reason I stayed back is they say, your friend Rock back there, he ain't come yet. So I said, let me stand up and wait for Rock to see what Rock doing this year, buddy. Because, you know, Rock always got a little show going. Well, what a thing. Another motorcade that lasted nearly half an hour passing me. I could not believe it. But that back piece of the motorcade was sweet, boy. They had some good music. And everybody was having a good time, just like those out front. But comrades and friends, I said earlier as well that that motorcade seemed as if it was a celebration of the victory to come. People came out to show that they're serious about this election. They came out in their hundreds. They came out in their thousands. And if you thought Basti was filled with people on Friday afternoon, then those of you who may have missed this motorcade, you have never seen anything like it in this country before. Comrades and friends, it is a show of support that is unsurpassed. The message has been powerful coming from the supporters and comrades and friends of Labour. And that is that we will not give up this government. We will keep this good government because this good government has been helping to build progress. This good government will continue to bring progress. And this good government has been good all the time. And all the time, this good government will be good.
This government good. Good. This government nice. Good government. Good.
Comrades and friends, we keep coming at you every night. And from today, we're doing it in 2 or 3 different places at the same time. And we keep coming at you not just because we like to talk, but because we want to remind you of all the good things that Labour is doing. This man should be on the platform. Comrades and friends, we are reminding you. We don't think you're going to forget, but we're not taking any chances. Because, comrades and friends, it is the good that we do versus the money that they're spending. The good that we have done, the good that we are doing, and the progress that we will continue to bring versus an alliance of convenience, a gathering of men who only have one thing in common. One thing in common, and that is that they hate Denzil Douglas. 2 years ago, when the calamity started, 2 years ago, when they thought that they had the government ready to take, I said to you at the time, comrades and friends, that this unity concoction should be called the United Douglas Haters. You remember that? I've always said that. United Douglas Haters. And I've always said that you cannot build an organization based on hatred alone. You cannot build an organization that is supposed to be leading you to the promised land, that is supposed to be galvanizing the people, developing and unfolding the talent, and elevating the people to the highest possible level. You cannot do that based on hatred. And comrades, as we enter this final week of campaign, it is very, very important that you understand what it is you have before you. You have, on the one hand, a team of proven track record with a solid injection of youth and vibrant energy and enthusiasm from the Springtime crew, along with 3 wonderful candidates in Nevis, an alliance that has been formalized and will be strengthened even further this coming Thursday. Find your way to Nevis this coming Thursday. Find your way to Nevis this coming Thursday, because history will be made. The largest political meeting ever in the history of Nevis this coming Thursday, when NRP and Labour get together. Thursday night, don't worry, you're going to get more information. As the night go along, you're going to get more information. I know you can't wait to go. Somebody told me yesterday that they're going to swim if they have to. But don't worry, we're not going to make you swim. Comrades and friends, I was saying that what you have on one hand is the St. Kitts and Nevis Labour Party and the Nevis Reformation Party working together in the interests of the Federation, in the interests of the future of the people of this country, in the interests of economic, social development, and in the interests of sustainable development, the interests of having the first sustainable island state. And comrades and friends, just on Saturday night, we launched our manifesto. A lot of you were there in Molyneux at the launch of that manifesto, which is going to be distributed quite widely over this week. But comrades and friends, that manifesto sets out clearly the plan of action going forward. And that's what this government has always been about policies and programs that bring real benefit to real people. So that's what you have on one side. On the other side, you have some people who have come together out of convenience. They have come together with one thing in mind: to get rid of Douglas. And getting rid of Douglas is not a plan. Getting rid of Douglas will not put food on your table. Comrades and friends, getting rid of Douglas based on hatred, based on undermindedness, based on hypocrisy, turning against everything that you ever believed in just for convenience, cannot develop this country. And comrades and friends, hatred for Labour will not unite the Federation. The motives of CCM and PAM and PLUP cannot bring together the resources, the resourcefulness, the creativity, the thoughtfulness, and the concern for the people that's needed to move us forward. Comrades and friends, this is a good government, and this is a government that we are asking you to continue to support. And that's why we are here in Conaree tonight. We're here in Conaree tonight to ask you for your support for Dr. Terrance Drew. God bless Dr. Terrance Drew. Praise the Lord, we can continue to renew and to strengthen our team with dynamic young people like Dr. Terrance Drew. And I know that the people of Conaree have been warming up to Dr. Terrance Drew. And Dr. Terrance Drew is a leader who is winning the hearts and minds of the people of this constituency. And comrades and friends, you will hear from him tonight. You will hear from him tonight. I know that's why most of you are here. But I have the privilege to tell you that this party is about a team of solid individuals, but a team that is led by the most experienced, the most accomplished Prime Minister in the entire Caribbean, Dr. Denzil Douglas. I was listening to a program the other day when they said, somebody call in and say, they ain't like how we calling him the boss. They ain't like calling him the boss because he ain't supposed to be no boss. He's supposed to be a servant. Well, comrades and friends, that is why the people have called him the boss. It ain't he call himself the boss, you know. It's the people call him the boss because the people say he is a boss at serving us. He is a boss at leading this country. He is a boss at getting things done. And he's a boss at taking care of his people. And comrades and friends, that is why you have the right to call him the boss. Don't worry them. It's grudge the grudge. And remember, I tell you, is angry the angry. Envious and angry. And that is why we say it's grudge the grudge. Comrades and friends, we have a young man, but he ain't so young anymore, you know. He look young, he playing young, he da hang out with young people. But, okay, so if he feel young, then he young. I like it. Zeke, boy, your people love you, boy. Your people love you. But sometime tonight, hold on, is Dr. Drew here yet? There's the man. So comrades and friends, is Conaree here yet? There's the man. Comrades and friends, you're going to hear from Zeke in a little while. I'm just warming him up, you know, because that's my partner. You're a little nervous, so y'all going to have to help him. But to get us started tonight, the man who has just come from up in Shadwell, he's been working hard all day. The man who has come here to bring greetings to you and to get the night started is the winner from number 3. The man who next Monday will be voted into office as the new representative for constituency number 3. Help me bring to the microphone with a round of applause, Conaree Maynard.
Comrades, Labour massive, Labour massive, Labour massive. You ready? You ready? You sure you're ready? It's nice to be here in Conaree, in constituency number 8, where the case is straight. Dr. Drew will win convincingly and win big in constituency number 8. And I bring greetings from another constituency that will win big. Constituency number 3. Everybody falling in line in constituency number 3. Since 1945, 1943 or thereabout, 1946, constituency number 3 has voted consistently for the Labour Party. They believe in the Labour Party. And that is why this year, next Monday, 1 week from today, will be no different. And so I bring greetings to you from the Labour Republic of constituency number 3. To the good people of constituency number 8, where we are going to win big for you. Dr. Drew is a good man. He is truly a man of the people, by the people, for the people, and he is springtime. I have had the pleasure of sitting next to Dr. Drew as we lay our case for assistance in each of our constituencies. And Dr. Drew has been on the forefront for your issues here in constituency number 8. He's not like Sleepy Hammy, who has now become the disgrace of the People's Action Movement. One of the deputy leaders of PAM cannot have a say where he's going to run in the election. And they have put him up as a sacrificial lamb. A sacrificial lamb to be taken to the slaughter. Just because Timothy Harris believes that he is now the leader of PAM. But it's a good thing that the people of number 8 realize where their future lies. And it is in the hands of Dr. Terrance Michael Drew. Put your hands together for Dr. Drew. As I said, I have had the pleasure of sitting next to Dr. Drew in our pre-cabinet meetings where we give the cabinet our ideas and views of what is to be done. I have heard him illustrate and explain issues from up to the top of St. Peter's all the way to Keyon and now all the way to Keys. And he is serious about representing you. He is serious about taking this constituency forward. And I am pleased, and it is my pleasure to work alongside him. And I know that all of us in springtime will be in the next government on February 17th, 2015. Labour will win. Labour will win. You see that Bamanku motorcade yesterday? A Bamanku motorcade. Who wasn't frightened in the hospital now? A Bamanku motorcade. They feel the pressure. They're feeling the pressure. We got to make them feel the weight. Make them feel the weight. In number 3, as I told you, we're going to win big. You know why? Because we have a plan for number 3. We have a plan to move number 3 forward. And tonight, and from tomorrow, constituents of number 3 will have my own manifesto for constituency number 3. Tonight, it will be released on Facebook. And from tomorrow, you can get your copy of what I plan to do for constituency number 3. We have a community to build. We have community pride to bring back up. And so I've outlined a number of things that are going to be good for the people of constituency number 3. We have started a block-by-block initiative, a block-by-block beautification project, where we will identify all the abandoned lots and overgrown lots with a view to clean them, to renovate them, to invite the owners or prospective buyers to buy them, and perhaps provide housing for the people of constituency number 3. These are some of the plans that we have. We want to see, for instance, our sidewalks beautified. We want to see the constituency looking pretty. And so we will do the block by block project in my constituency of constituency number 3. In terms of community pride, in September of last year, I gave a number of awards to outstanding villagers. I will make this an annual event where we will have the Village Heroes Award, awarding people who have done significant things in our community so that we can recognize them every year around independence. Put your hands together for the vision that we have in constituency number 3. In Shadwell, where we have just come from, there's an old cotton house with tremendous history. And Shadwell has now grown into a huge community, spanning Pine Gardens and Pleasant View, Shadwell East and Shadwell West, Shadwell North and Shadwell South. And we are saying it is time to renovate the cotton house and make it into something useful. Perhaps a museum or a community center for the people of Shadwell and Pleasant View and Pines Garden up in the Shadwell area. Put your hands together for the vision of number 3. We have a vision in number 3 to ensure that more people have access to more homes. We are going to ensure that we get our fair share of the houses and land distribution for the people of number 3. For years under the past representative now, village people have been saying, why is it that all kind of people getting land right in my backyard and I cannot get land? That is because they had a sinister plan to try and bring people from elsewhere to bolster what they had planned to do now, which is stab us in the back, the Labour Party. But it will not happen, because Labour is no ordinary party. Labour is 82 years old, 83 years old this year. Not 83 days, but 83 years. And no amount of 2 traitors can ever fall the Kitts-Nevis Labour Party, because we have a serious cause. A cause that has said that we must empower the people of this country to own something, to own a piece of the rock, to own a home. And so we commit to continue development of housing and land development in constituency number 3. Put your hands together for the vision in constituency number 3. In constituency number 3, we are saying that the young people are interested in sports and technology. And so the Limekeel playfield must be converted into a multi-purpose playing field that is used for cricket, football, tennis, netball, basketball, and even volleyball. Because it is about time that constituency number 3 has a functional playfield. It is a shame that after so many years, even as Minister of Sports, we in number 3 cannot have a home ground for our own, either for the Trafalgar South Stars or the Village Superstars. But that will change under the vision of Conree Maynard for constituency number 3. But we can't stop there. We are a number 1 country in the Caribbean, so we must behave like we are number 1. We must have facilities that are like number 1. And the Patsy Allers playfield has a lot of history for us. A lot of history in the Patsy Allers playfield. And so I have a vision where we will make that a nice, cozy playfield. Hopefully we can have an artificial turf, making it a top standard playfield around the Caribbean to facilitate those sports that need an artificial turf, including soccer, including football, and futsal, etc. Those are the visions that I have for constituency number 3. And they go on and on. We need to, for instance, the cemetery has always been one I heard in the days, a beautiful place, well kept. We need to ensure that that is taken back up. Repair the fencing, put back up the railings, do something to the chapel that's there, and make it a peaceful place where you can go and visit your loved ones. That is the vision that we have for constituency number 3. Comrades, what this represents is real change and real progress in constituency number 3. Real change and real progress in constituency number 3. I am not just giving you some highfalutin, above your head, all kind of things, wish lists. I am doing things and telling you I will do things that are practicable, that can happen for real. Cleaning up the community, making us proud again, bringing back Villagerama, reviving Shadowrama, saluting our heroes. These are things we need to do to bring back our community together. And so, that is my vision. So log on to my Facebook page and see a list of all the things that I plan to do for constituency number 3. For the young people, we are in an age of technology where there are apps on your phone. We are saying that we must provide forums for you to be able to develop your own apps so that you can sell your app on the App Store or the Play Store and make money and make St. Kitts a capital for technology. Those are the type of things I want to see in my constituency. And so for the people of number 3, again, I ask for your vote. I ask for that opportunity to prove that there is new blood, fresh ideas in constituency number 3. It is about you, the people. And that is why my slogan says, winning big for you. Not anything about me. It's winning big for you. And we've started to win big for you. We started to do the things that you want to see done. So on election day, on February 16th, I do not want to win by 10 and 20%. I want to win big. And so I ask you, I know that there are some persons, some Labour supporters, who may feel that they didn't get the chance under the former representative. Well, I am telling you that your turn is next. Your turn is next under Conaree Maynard. Your turn is next. Because I will be focused on the constituency, not on pulling down people. And so I ask you for your vote. Those in listening sphere of my voice, I ask you for your vote in constituency number 3 to once again return a Labour candidate to Parliament. So on Monday 16, pull out everybody in every corner and head to the polls and vote Labour with a nice small X in the box. And when you put it in the box, you say, in the Makazima. In the Makazima. In the Makazima. And when you go outside, you could say, in the. So I love you all. Thank you for coming out to Conaree. God bless you. God bless the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. Thank you.
Comrades and friends of Labour, how you like him? You think he winning big? You ready for the victory? Well, comrades, to be ready, you got to keep working every day. Don't stop working until you show them the finger. And for those of you in Radio Land, when I say show them the finger, I got to make sure, clarify that. Show them the voting finger. The finger that you dip in the ink after you done put the X for the Labour candidate. There's only one place to vote, you know. you put the X next to the caring hand of labor. Because there's no option. There's no real alternative. It's just a bunch of angry people making a lot of noise. They have no track record. And where they attempted, most of what they attempted, they failed. So comrades and friends, this is a serious week. This is a serious week that needs hard-working, serious support from you. We will not fail you. We have not failed you in the past, and we will not fail you again. And we ask you on Monday, please come out and support your Labour candidate. And one such candidate who has never failed you, who has served you for many, many years as the representative for number one, and as a well-established minister of government, and who, after just 2 years as deputy prime minister, they say he's the best deputy ever. But how do you think that happened? Because he delivers. Asim Martin delivers. Some people say that he don't be out there socializing morning, noon, and night with everybody. He don't be out there knocking glasses like some of the people on the other side. But that's because he'd be working. You look now at what's happening on the Frigate Bay Road. He's rebuilding that road. And that's after he just finished building a new roundabout outside the central bank. A roundabout that has suddenly solved so many of the traffic congestion problems in that area. And I said the other night that I was rushing down to Sandy Point and praise the Lord, thank God for the F.T. Williams bypass road, the highway, F.T. Williams Highway. Because you can now get from one side of Bastard to the next in just 5 minutes. Thanks to the vision of this government and the implementation and hard work of Dr. Earl Asim Martin. Bring him to the microphone for me.
Massive constituency number 8. Divided and reunited constituency number 8. Comrades of Labour, a special good night to you. I bring you greetings from constituency number 1. Number 1, as you know, is solid in East Bastille and solid with Dr. Earl Asim Martin. But I am also convinced in my mind that number 8 is solid with Dr. Terrance Drew. Can you give him a round of applause, please? Comrades, Dr. Drew is a young man. Dr. Drew is a young man full of ideas, full of thoughts for the development of this constituency. And I can say to you that for the last couple of months that I have been working with Dr. Drew, he has a passion for the people of this constituency. I have seen him at work in our meetings, the things that he has come forward and requested for this constituency. The type of development that he's requesting for this constituency. And I have seen quite a few things happened over the last year or so for this constituency. One of the good things that I have seen so far is the fencing of the Conaree playing field right here in Conaree. Give him a round of applause for that, comrades. I recall when he came to the meetings, and he was quite passionate that the people of Keon, the football team of Keon, the #1 team, should have of Conaree, should have a proper playing field. We said to him, they deserve it. And I'm glad to report to you tonight, as the minister responsible for infrastructure development, that project has been executed and executed under the direction of Dr. Terrance Drew. Can you give him a round of applause, please? He also came to cabinet, the extended cabinet, and he spoke about the roads right down there in Conaree. And he said to me, Dr. Martin, the roads need to be improved. I said, Dr. Terrance Drew, let us go and visit and see exactly what you are speaking about. We visited there, and immediately we had those roads repaired under the direction and the leadership of Dr. Terrance Drew. Give him a round of applause for that. And comrades, he went on to say that there are young men and young women over here in Conaree who are involved in farming, and they too must be part of the agricultural wave that is happening in this country. And he requested of the Minister of Agriculture that he must have the greenhouse right over here for the young men and the young women who are involved in agriculture. He said that the old-time farming must come to an end. Modern farming must be the thing for the young men and the young women over here. And I'm glad to report to you tonight that the young men and the young women over here now have their own greenhouse. Give him a round of applause for that. And as I said in Molyneux the other night, that these greenhouses will be expanded all around the island. So if you have one greenhouse right here in Conaree, you will get more because of this caring Labour administration. Give your representative a round of applause. And when Don Hamilton want to come and claim what? Everything now happening on the Labour and happening on the Terrance Drew. Give him a round of applause again for that, comrades. And then he went on a little further. He said that the young men and the young women and the children who are in primary school, who attend the primary school, must have the opportunity of some form of scholarships to move on. And he put in place a program where he donates scholarships to the children over here in Conaree, right here in this constituency. Give him another round of applause for that. And he took it not only from the primary school level, but up to the secondary school level for those students there. That is what Labour is all about. Not only about infrastructure development, but the development of the human mind, the human capital, and the people of this country. But on the other side, you can't compare chalk to cheese. Comrades, you have a man here who wants to run in this constituency. And you know, he ended up here because he was forced out on Friday by greedy and raving Timothy Harris out of Keon. I end up over here. You should have seen him on Friday, how he looked. How he looked. Sheepish. Face bend down. Teeth drop out his mouth. depressed, pressure on him. But they ain't no Timothy. They ain't no Timothy. That is how Timothy operates. But he shoot him. Old people say when you make your bed, you must lie down in it. And they make up the bed with Timothy. But they're not finding out who Timothy is. And they force him out of Keon. But the Keon people are saying that they don't think Timothy can get the vote over there. It's Dr. Vance Gilbert can get the vote. Give Dr. Vance Gilbert a round of applause. That is what the people out there keeping Keon are saying. They say it's one thing they're doing right now in Keon is crossover. And they're crossing over to Dr. Gilbert. And the same thing is happening right here in this constituency. They are crossing over also to Dr. Terrance Drew. So I want you to welcome them and give them a round of applause for crossing over. Because it's one thing you must know. People always want to be on the winning side. And Labour is the winning party in this country. Give Labour a round of applause. But comrades, this man they call Hamilton. For those of you who don't know him, who don't really know him, you remember the thing they call British American? He was the man in charge of British American. When people invested their money in British American. And up to now, some people ain't get back 1 red cent. But Sam Gay, he won. Sam Gay, he won. And he went in Parliament and he boasted about it. That he gave back his money. But if he was really concerned about the ordinary people in this country, they would have given back their store. But he and Hamilton wasn't concerned about the ordinary people. They were only concerned about themselves. But they had the plan long time. Long time they had the plan. You think you're on the opposite side, opposite party, you're there fighting, and the man over there in the opposition will come and give you back your money like that? It had to be a plan that they would strike out long time, a deal. So all what happening now is no surprise. Everything is being exposed now. So all of them young people, all of them senior citizens, right here in Keon, right here in Conaree, in St. Peter's, in Keys, some of them done dead, and they get sent from British American up to now. I wonder how Hammy going to go in front of them. How he going to go in front of their family and canvass. And when he's the man talking about health insurance, what health insurance he could talk about? What health insurance he could talk about? Can't talk about no health insurance. The only person who could talk about health insurance in this country is Master Labour, who has brought that program on stream. She's expanding the program. Where people now, all the citizens as it expands, become part of a health insurance. We had the days when people used to run here to get money to go overseas. That will come to an end. Because the national health insurance that will be organized by this government, already organized, but will be expanded come after the 16th of February, will reach all the citizens. Not only the citizens of St. Kitts, but will go over to Nevis. A oneness between the St. Kitts-Nevis Labour Party and the Nevis Reformation Party. That is what we're talking about. A oneness between all of us. And that is why that program will be extended to include them over there. Because they got their problems over there. They got their problems over there with CCM. And Labour is saying the problems must come to an end. Must come to an end. But comrades, that is not all. They had a commissioner of inquiry to deal with the payment of monies to the Democrat newspaper when Pam was born and had some fire up there. And what happened? I am told that that company wasn't insured. And they were paid out some monies from National Insurance at the time. Well, who was in charge of National Insurance at that time? Who was in charge of National Insurance at that time? I was told Liz Hamilton was in charge. I am told Liz Hamilton was in charge. And the Commissioner of Inquiry said that he was not fit for public office. He was not fit for public office. Well, if he ain't fit then, how are we going to get fit today? How are we going to get fit today? The only person in this constituency who is fit for public office is Dr. Terrance Drew. The only person who is fit for public office. And that is why we must make sure come election day, on the 16th of February, we return Dr. Terrance Drew in this constituency. And comrades, some people must lose a deposit, you know. And I want to make sure in this constituency, Hamilton loses his deposit. And the only way he can make sure that he loses his deposit is by coming out and voting your numbers for Dr. Terrance Drew.
Show me your voting finger. Raise up your voting finger. Show me your voting finger. Raise up the voting.
We can't assume that he don't win. We can't get complacent and feel he don't win. We have to go out there and work. We have 1 more week to go still. 7 days to go. Well, 6. We're counting down. So we must go out there and work. So I challenge all of the people in this constituency who say they are voting for Dr. Terrance Drew to make sure you go out there and rally. Talk to your neighbor about Labour. Talk to your neighbor about Terrance Drew. About the programs that Labour have started and will continue after the 16th of February. And the programs that Dr. Terrance Drew intends to implement. I don't want to go through them tonight because he will talk to them about himself. So I want to end tonight by asking you to go out on the 16th of February and make sure you return Dr. Terrance Drew as the representative for this constituency. Good night and God bless you.
Me and my neighbor, voting for Labour. Me and my neighbor, voting for Labour. Show me your voting finger. Raise up your voting finger. Show me your voting finger. Raise up the voting. All right. Me and my neighbor, voting for Labour. Voting for Labour. Me and my neighbor, voting for Labour. Somebody say, oh, we voting the Comrade Party. Yeah, we voting the Comrade Party. That's why me and my neighbor, voting for Labour. Me and my neighbor, voting for Labour. And the dancing comrade with the $1 million bill.
That was the deputy. You know they say deputy essential. Lord have mercy. You know, I ain't like when the stage so high, because I can't really connect with me people down here, We gotta tell the folks, don't put the stage like this again, buddy. We prefer the stage down there and the people up here looking down. You need the candidates on the stage need to touch the people. I love it. Comrades and friends, I tell you one thing about Labour people, we know how to have fun. Lord, yesterday, what a thing. What a thing. Not an empty seat in any of them buses or cars yesterday. On average, I see people hanging out a window. I see people balancing on bumper. I never see so much people in one tractor in my life. Lord, that poor tractor. Lord have mercy, what a thing. But comrades and friends, as I said earlier, all of that was to show that you mean business. Friday, well, I mean, have you ever seen a motorcade like that for nominations day? The motorcade was from up by the Moravian Church, go all the way down, cross Keon Street, down Church Street, and into Central Street. I don't think I ever see a motorcade like that for nominations day. Comrades and friends, the town red up Friday like I never see it red before. What does that tell you, comrades and friends? It tells you that Labour leads. Labour leads. And Labour is ready for them. But you still have to win over your friends, your family, your neighbors. Bring them on board because we want to win big. So, comrades and friends, you know that the man for constituency number 8 going to win big. You know that? Well, they have a young man who's going to come and tell you why he's endorsing him, why he loves him, why he thinks that this is the right man for this constituency and the right man for Conaree. Welcome on stage, Zeke Percival. Where you there? He coming. I thought he run home. I thought I could hear his knees knocking from up here, Come Zeke. Bring him on stage with a rousing round of applause, comrades and friends. Zeke is making his debut at the platform.
Labour massive! Ricky, you only get nervous when you think you're going to do something wrong. And endorsing Dr. Drew, I know it's not wrong. But before I endorse Dr. Drew, I have to say something to my villagers. That 5 years ago, we sent Jean Sleepy Hamilton to Parliament. Man, if him out empty, I don't watch him that close. But in 5 years, according to as far as I can remember, not once he had a meeting in Conaree to find out what we need. So he can represent us. When Dr. Drew came on the scene, people say all he's doing is walking around and shaking hands. But they didn't understand. When Dr. Drew come to Conaree, it's not about Dr. Drew and politics. is about the people of Conaree. So what he was doing is finding the needs of Conaree. And I know many young people in Conaree could stand up here tonight and say, thanks to Dr. Drew, we have seen the light. Some of them say that the only thing Dr. Drew do is fence the play field. Well, at least he do something. But if the people in Conaree who said they support in Hamilton could tell me one thing he do in 5 years, well, Lord, the only thing that Hamilton did in 5 years is to tell us don't vote for Drew because he was a Rasta man. He grew up by a gut side. Well, if he could talk about Dr. Drew like that because he grew up by a gut side, I wonder why he say about us who live close to the landfill. Just think of it. Seriously, just think of it. Gene Hamilton come to Conaree only on 2 occasions. Gene Hamilton come to Conaree because he got in tongue by the courthouse. So it's 3 occasions. That's where he live. Gene Hamilton come to Conaree if one of the agents said to him, Paul want to be registered. He come. Gene Hamilton come to Conaree when he hear Dr. Drew walking around, he drive around. I like Dr. Drew. You know that. The man have no use for the people of Conaree. And that's why on the 16th day of February, we're going to say, Gene Hamilton, thank you for doing nothing, but you gone. So, I know you all didn't come to hear me. So, may I say too long. Right? But today I had a conversation with a very popular individual in the community. And he said to me, Zeke, I hear you're going to endorse Dr. Drew. I said, yeah. He said, you cannot endorse Dr. Drew for Zeke, you know. He said, I want you to endorse Dr. Drew on behalf of the people of Conaree. Because Dr. Drew, we have a little pep program over here. Thanks to Dr. Drew. All the young men them on the street, who they say on the street doing nothing, thanks to Dr. Drew, he helped them. And the young man them is saying to me, Zeke, some of them admit, Zeke, last election, we give Hamilton a chance. They admit that, which is good. But they said this time, Dr. Drew getting the X. So it gives me great pleasure on behalf of the people of Conaree to endorse and introduce to you a good man. And before I go, young people of Conaree, keep this in mind, that all Hamilton want is a pension. That's all he wants. Dr. Drew is here for your future and your children's future. A young man, he's a young man, and the things he do. When I first met Dr. Drew, sorry Ricky, I'm still a little longer. When I first met Dr. Drew about 2 years ago, never met the man before. I went to a house reunion and I met him. Someone introduced him to me and we spoke for about 2.5 hours. And trust me, I wish this man was my brother. By blood. Honestly, he's a good man. And I want the people of constituency number 8 to send a clear signal to Gene Hamilton that we want representation. Not fool around. Not nobody will fool around. And go down the court every day, down the court. So help me welcome to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, good man. The man for the future. My granddaughter future. Your granddaughter future. Terrance Dr. Joe.
Change now. The people ready for the best now. The farmers shouting out vote for Dr. Drew. School children say them love him too. Healthcare will be better now. Dr. Drew know what it feels like. Coming from country, and he's only here to make it right for you and me. This is a cry from the ghetto. Dr. Drew is here to help the people. This is a cry from the ghetto. Dr. Drew is here to help the people. This is a cry from the ghetto. Dr. Drew is here to help the people. This is a cry from the ghetto. Dr. Drew is here to help the people.
Labour Massive! You ready and ready? You ready and ready? You ready and ready? You sure you ready? Well, show me your voting finger. Show me your voting finger. Good night to the good people of Conaree Village. I want to welcome all of you here to Conaree. We're in Conaree. The results on the 17th, when we hear the final results, would not be the same. And 2010, Dr. Drew and Labour will win Conaree. I want to welcome all of you here, because after tonight, Conaree will not be the same again, for Labour would have touched Conaree. I want to say to the people of Conaree who are here present and those listening to listen to me clearly. We want to lay out to you tonight a clear difference between what Pam and Eugene Hamilton is bringing and what Dr. Drew is bringing for you here tonight. We want to show you that Dr. Drew has a clear vision for you, the people here in Conaree. But before I continue, let me say thanks to Zeke for coming here tonight and endorsing me in such an enthusiastic way. And everything that Zeke said is absolutely true, and the people of Conaree knows that. In Conaree, I came here about a year and a half ago, and I started to work hard on the behalf of the people of Conaree. When I came here, I recognized that there was no representation for the people here in Conaree. It's as if they had forgotten that Conaree had existed. You had a representative who was elected in 2010 and who had done absolutely nothing for the people in Conaree. The people of Conaree deserve better. And so Dr. Drew began to meet the people of Conaree. Initially, I didn't talk to them about politics. I wanted to get to know the people, to know exactly what was affecting them and what was affecting the community. And he walked in every street in Conaree, rapping on the doors in Conaree, hanging on the shops in Conaree, sitting at the sidewalks in Conaree, sitting on benches in Conaree. I got to know the Conaree people, and I got to know what the Conaree people are looking for. And let me say that what the Conaree people are looking for, Eugene Hamilton has not given them anything that they are looking for, and that is why they must vote him out. He has done nada, nothing for the people of Conaree, no representation. Yet every month he goes and he collects thousands of dollars on the behalf of the people of Conaree and has done nothing for them. Well, that can't be right. That cannot be right.
he does not go to parliament to represent the people because he said that the government is illegal. Well, if the government is illegal, then the money must be illegal. So if you ain't going to parliament because the government is illegal, then left the government money in the treasury now. But every month, you go and collect it. No principles, contradictions, hypocrisy. And that is why he was caught up in a web of a unity concoction. And that is why today he has no chance of going back to parliament. Timothy outsmart him. Outsmart him. Tell him, man, go to Keyon. Go run in constituency number 8 since the boundaries changed. Go run in St. Peter's, Conaree and Keys. And he knows that the man doesn't even stand a chance of winning the constituency anymore. Huh? Catch him. And he fell for it. Timothy is demonstrating that all for him and none for anybody else. And Eugene Hamilton, of course, must be a weak leader, and no weak leader should be able to lead Conaree. But look at what the boundary change has brought. They're going around talking about boundary change. Conaree, I want to say to you tonight that the boundary change is good for you. Don't let nobody come and tell you that the boundary change is not any good for you. It is the best thing for you. There were 8,000 people in your constituency. Every time I go and discuss with the ministers and the prime minister, I had to always remind them, remember, Conaree is in a constituency that is the largest in the whole federation. And so when resources come to Conaree or come to the constituency, has to be divided across the whole constituency. And as a result, sometimes you all will get less than other constituency because it has to be divided among a greater number of people. Well, that can't be right. That can't be right. Even Eugene Hamilton must admit that this is wrong for the people of Conaree. He must admit that. But you know what? He don't want any boundary change. He ain't thinking about more things coming to the people of Conaree. He's thinking about how he can continue as the representative for constituency number 8. But I say already, and I'm going to say again, whether the boundaries will change or not, Eugene Hamilton would lose. Even in Unity people said. Unity did poll after poll after poll. Even the roly-poly that they did showed that Eugene Hamilton had no chance of winning the constituency. So the boundary change ain't about beating Eugene Hamilton. The boundary change ain't about getting rid of the concoction. The boundary change is about fairness, and fairness for the people of Conaree so that you can get your fair share like any other community in St. Kitts and Nevis. But when I came to Conaree, we started working on many different areas. In the area of education, what has Dr. Drew done for the people of Conaree? Look at what we have done. The first thing that I did is to offer scholarship at the preschool. I couldn't believe that Eugene Hamilton collected $30-something thousand and he couldn't put $200 in an envelope and give to a child in the preschool, and he says he's a representative. When I went to the graduation, Eugene Hamilton was absent. And that's the only school in Conaree. So how can you be absent from the graduation at the only school in Conaree? Unless you couldn't even make it because you had an important event. Why is it you couldn't send a small scholarship, a small sum of money to help a parent who's sending a child into primary school? The man has done nothing. Do you need to be in government to put $200 in an envelope to give to a child? So why is he saying he can't do anything for anybody because he's not in the government? That doesn't make any sense. Giving a child $200, you don't have to be in government for that. And that is why I say Eugene Hamilton is not really interested in the people of Conaree. The other thing we did is that we went to the Beach Island graduation because that's one of the schools that the children of Conaree go to as there is no primary school here. And immediately when we got there, we did a scholarship for the best student from Conaree. And I want to report that a young Miss Huggins from Needs-Must, which is part of this community, won that scholarship. So I said, Eugene Hamilton did not even show up at the graduation, did not even send a gift for a Conaree child. This man is not serious about representation and representation for the people here in Conaree. And that is why Eugene Hamilton must go after February 16. Let's see else what he has done in the area of sports. When I came here and I met the football team, because I know the football team for many years now. When I was younger, I used to coach a junior St. Peter's football team. And Steadroy Nolan used to coach the Conaree junior team. I used to bring my boys across the hill to play over on that playing field before we had the upgraded field. And he used to bring his boys across the hill up in St. Peter's proper where we can play football. And from that time, I felt a love for Conaree football. And even though this community is a small community, when it comes to football, there's hardly any community in St. Kitts-Nevis that is better than the Conaree football team. Put your hands together for the young boys. Put your hands together for them. Small community, big football team. And you know what I say? Come hard or go home. Conaree know how to play it hard. And Eugene Hamilton ain't that type of person. You must get rid of the man. But look at what we have done. When I came here and I look at the football field, I say it is not right that Conaree has one of the best premier teams and the field is not fenced. And I told them, we have to find the money to fence the Conaree football field. And immediately they responded and the football field was fenced. But that's all for the story. They came back to me and they said, Dr. Drew, the project in Conaree is a big project. Do you have anybody in Conaree who can fence that football field? I told them, I know a few young people over there, and I got faith in the young people in Conaree. And I am willing to suggest them and to give them a chance when nobody else would give them a chance so that they could prove themselves. And I identified a young man over here by the name of Ellison Isaac. But it wasn't his work alone. He had a group of young men with him. And I spoke to the young men who worked with him the other day. And I visited them multiple times. And those young men also work hard. I want them to know that I am not forgetting them tonight. And not only that, they build the field in style. And they finish in record time, proving to the naysayers that in Conaree, you got talent. Give the people a chance. Give them an opportunity. This government is really good. But we ain't stopped there. Because I went back and I told them that now that football field must have bathroom facilities. It must have bleachers. And so the second phase of that facility is coming. And Dr. Drew is not going to rest until it is done and the Conaree football team is comfortable. They deserve it. They work hard for it. Small community, national championship, football players and the national team. How can you deny them a good facility? That's not going to happen under Dr. Drew. I'm going to fight for them every day. Do you hear Eugene Hamilton go and fight for them? He doesn't want to go into the parliament. But he wants to collect the money. That is not good representation. I want the Conaree people to think tonight. This is not about just party politics. This is about who is interested in you. I want to see your community upward and onward, and Dr. Drew and Labour is interested in that. Look what else we have done. I've helped the football team in many ways. Whatever the football team wants, they can call on Dr. Drew at any time. And I'll respond to them. Because for me, it is more than politics. I have supported basketball team. I have what is called the Dr. Drew Constituency Football Cup, where we had football teams from Keyon, St. Peter's, Conaree, and Keys. But now Keyon is gone. The constituency will continue. Do you hear Eugene Hamilton got anything like that? Do you need to be in government to organize a constituency cup? Well, stop telling the people your hands tied, because your hands can't be tied to collect the money. So how can your hands tied to start a football league for the young men throughout this constituency? The man has done nada, 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 nada. Nada, nada, nada. So you cannot re-elect him. What is his record? Where is his record? I am not saying anything personally about him tonight. I'm just asking for his record of representation, and there is none in no area in Conaree. Let's look at healthcare. Healthcare, as you know, I'm a medical doctor, so that is one of my passions. I came to Conaree, and when I visit homes, I met a lot of elderly people. And they said to me, Dr. Drew, sometimes it's difficult for us to go to Newtown to receive health care. I said that can't be right. There are elderly people here who are shut-ins. And I said health center has to be in the area. And I want to announce to the people of Conaree tonight that your health center will come. It is coming. It is in Labour's manifesto. It made it in the manifesto, and you'll have your healthcare center right here in Conaree. No more catching bus and going Newtown. No more hitchhiking and going Newtown. Your nurses would be here to take care of you. And your doctor will also come here. But I want to say something tonight. As I was looking at all the doctors from around this country, I recognize that Conaree is growing. And Conaree had nurses that went off to Cuba under this good Labour government. Put your hands together for the nurses that went to Cuba to study under this good government. But as I was thinking, I said to myself that under this government, you have doctors coming from every community throughout St. Kitts-Nevis. And when I look at the list, I recognize that there's no Conaree native on the list. And I didn't feel good about that. I heard the Prime Minister say he went to Cuba and he got 35 more scholarships. And I'm saying here tonight that I want to identify a young man or woman in Conaree who is qualified to go on one of those scholarships and let Conaree have their own doctor. Let Conaree have their own doctor. You hear Eugene Hamilton talking anything about that? Because all they want to do is to continue giving you $10, $5, a drink by a bar, and not really developing you to become a good citizen, a right citizen in this country of ours. Conaree must go doctors too. But Conaree must go doctors too. And that will come to the people of Conaree. So if that there's a young man or young woman out there who is listening to me, find Dr. Drew, get in contact with me, tell me you're qualified. You have thought of becoming a doctor, but you never thought it would be possible. But under Dr. Drew and Labour, I want to tell you that that is very possible. Because I had the qualification, and I got the opportunity from this government. You think them people would have given us the opportunity? You think they would have given us the opportunity? Look, the man making joke talking about because I come from Upper Monkey, I come from a God. He went to make joke about the Nevis people. Same thing Zeke said. So what does he really feel about the Conaree people who have the landfill over here? The man ain't love people. These things the man have been saying shows that the man are not into people. He's into his politics, he's into his position, and he's into his monthly salary. Listen tonight, people. Dr. Drew and Labour is here for you. Look at agriculture. Can anybody tell me over the last 5 years what is Eugene Hamilton's plan for agriculture in Conaree? Because he ain't got no plan. Eugene Hamilton ain't got no plan. When he go by people's house, you know what he tell them? Doggy, doggy, doggy. Doggy, the people ain't want to hear that. The people want to hear what is your plan for the young people in Conaree. Ain't got no plan for the people. What kind of representative is that? What kind of representative is that? No plan for the people. But in agriculture, I came over and I met some young men. And they said, Dr. Drew, we are trying to do farming. And I walked through all them bush over there. I went to the little farm in the back. My clothes wasn't too clean to go to the farm. My shoes wasn't too shine to walk to the dot with them and go to the farm. I didn't smell too sweet to walk to the pigsty. Because if you represent people, you got to go where the people be. You got to go where the people be. And Dr. Drew did that. And I told them, it's time you upgrade yourself because this is a modern country. I never asked any one of them who they vote for. All I saw were young men who wanted to work hard and wanted an opportunity. So who they were voting for wasn't important to me. And I went to agriculture. And I talked to the Minister Carty, and I told him we need a greenhouse for the young men in Conaree to upgrade themselves. And today, look over on that hill, you see the greenhouse for the young men in Conaree. Put your hands for them. Put your hands together for them. This ain't no $5 out in the pocket to buy a drink. This is a greenhouse that they can have for 20, 30 years and pass it on to the children. It is a lifelong thing. I saw them with pigs, and they said, Dr. Drew, we ain't got a place in this time to put our pigs. I tell them, you don't worry about that. We're going to build an upgraded, good facility for your pigs and for you to be a good farmer when it comes to that. And today, if you go over there, you see what is being constructed for the young man over there. This ain't about politics. This is about helping young people who want to advance their lives. You hear Eugene Hamilton talking about that? You hear Eugene Hamilton talking about that? For 5 years now, and nobody in this constituency, nobody in Conaree could say, what is Eugene Hamilton plan for the people? And that is why I said to the young people in Conaree, you have good representation in Dr. Drew. Do not lose the opportunity to elect a man who's going to look out for you. I understand your struggles because I've been through the struggles like you. I understand how you feel when you feel like people not looking out for you. I understand how you feel when a man just wants to give you $5 and every minute you got to go back to him. But I'm not here to do that type of politics. I'm here to improve your life, to build your life so that you can improve it for all of your family. Put your hands together for the people of Conaree.
This government good. Good. This government nice. Good government.
When I came over here, I walked every single street in Conaree. You know what the people used to ask me? The people, Ronnie, the boss is here. Put your hands together and welcome the boss. Welcome the boss, the leader, the Honourable Dr. Denzil Douglas. That's the boss. When I go to him and I tell him Conaree want things, he said, get them. So he's a good friend of the people of Conaree, no matter what Hamilton tried to walk this street and say. I walk every street in Conaree. You know what the people used to ask me? The people used to say, Dr. Drew. The people used to say, Dr. Drew, why you not driving? They used to say, Dr. Drew, where your car? I say, I park my car up, then I walk into the village. I can't walk to the village. But then when I think back, I recognize why the people in Conaree found it strange that I used to walk the streets. Because when the representative come through, and a big white horse that marks 777 here walking the street, you know what he doing? Driving through the constituency. Driving through the constituency, looking down on the people in the constituency. Man, park up your car and walk and talk to the people. You ain't better than the people. And Conaree, you deserve better than that. And I'll walk these streets all the time. But when I came and I walked the roads, I realized that there were some roads in very bad condition. And I immediately went to Dr. Martin. And Dr. Martin and I came over here. And I said, Dr. Martin, we may not be able to fix everything right now. But there are some roads that need quick fix. And we have to fix it for the people in Conaree. This road that got crossed in front of Tully Shop, that road we have fixed. That road we had fixed. Go down there and look at it. All the way through, we ensure that that road was good. This road that goes straight across here had a drainage problem. We got it fixed. The main road had a problem. We got it fixed. So that the people of Conaree can walk on good roads. Well, the people of Conaree deserve that. They deserve that. It is not a privilege. It is their right to have what is good for the people here in Conaree. The other day, when we came over here as a young labor group, we saw the bus stop and we said, this bus stop needs painting. And I got the young labor group to come right here and paint the bus stop for the people of Conaree. See it down there, the young people do that. You need to be in government to paint a bus stop. But you hear Eugene Hamilton trying to organize anybody to do anything in the community. He ain't doing absolutely nothing. And that is why you have to get rid of the man. And Dr. Drew is going to bring more help. Let's look up here. There's an area over here where there's a drainage problem close to Miss Harvey's house. And it's a major drainage problem. And I've walked that street when it is dry and it's difficult to walk it when rain falls. And Dr. Drew going to make sure that when I'm elected, that drainage is done and the people across that road can walk properly. It's not going to be left undone. Not going to be left undone for you, the people of Conaree. It has to be done. And it will be done. Look else what's happening in Conaree. They say no land was in Conaree. I walk around Conaree and saw a piece of land and say houses can be built there. I made a couple calls and they said, Dr. Drew, so-and-so own the land. I said, no, but what are they doing with it? This land can be used for the people of Conaree. And that land, below poor land, will build houses there for the people of Conaree. Today I confirm with the Prime Minister that the government already paid the people for the land. And that land is now under the ownership of the people of Conaree. And immediately I called NHC and said the people in Conaree need houses too. Habitat 1,000 is for the people of Conaree too. And you must get your houses over here in Conaree. So we're going to deal with that land. The people, you must get land, you must get housing. When they can't find it, we're going to find it because labor is good for the people of this country.
Tell them this is our time. Tell them this is our time.
While I was walking through Poland, I walked through Poland. I don't think the big White House could go through Poland. I walk up through Poland. And when I reach up there and Cedric did a good job because they said no road could have got there. And when I went up to Poland, I found that there were some houses where people didn't have inside toilet facilities. And I said, we can't have that in Conaree. We can't have that in Conaree. And immediately I went to NHC and I told them I met people in Conaree who didn't have toilet facilities in their houses. Who didn't have, what they have is what you call an outside toilet or a pit. I said we got to get rid of them there fast. And presently they are doing the people's toilet. The young lady said to me, Dr. Drew, I got to come outside. My children, them got to go mountain. Sometimes I got to hold it till I go walk. Well, that ain't right. If Eugene Hamilton used to walk the street, he would have known how people live. But they know the people live because he doesn't go around knocking door to door. The big White House can't go to Poland, and that is why the people of Poland ain't mean nothing to him. So how can you re-elect the man? And now the people up there are going to be responded to, and their bathrooms are going to be done. This is a modern country. This is a modern area, and it must be developed to ensure that the people are happy. Put your hands together for the people. But as I was watching Conaree, I see development coming very quickly in Conaree. At this point in time, there are two major hotels that are going to be built in Conaree. One is being built here and one is being built on the hill. And the people of Conaree have to see this as an opportunity for them. And they must be included. So when the young men go out fishing and they bring in the fish, they can hook up with a hotel. When those guys in the greenhouse get their food, they can hook up with a hotel. When they have the pig, they can hook up with a hotel. Because they have to understand that as the country grows, we have to empower the young people to take advantage of the opportunities. And Conaree cannot be excluded. Never, no time, never, no time. The other day, they came over here at Golden Rock and they're doing a development there. And they had a job fair. And when they did the job fair, they recognized that they don't have enough workers. Enough workers they don't have over there. So young people, those of you who are seeking jobs, go on this site and get a job. Develop your skill for the future. All this development is for you. Don't let nobody take it from you. When I came over here, I met some young men over here. The young men weren't working at the time because the economy at the time was going through a difficult period. And they said, Dr. Drew, we're not working. What can you do for us? Immediately, I called the pep and I said, these young men must have a work. And look how they disrespected the young men, talking about all they could do is cut grass. The same young men, some of the same young men who were cutting grass, in them field the football field. It's them full the football field. It means that the young men got talent and all they want is the opportunity. So I want the young men to understand, to take advantage of these opportunities. They ain't going to be denied to you. Any big thing going on over here and you could do it, you'll get the opportunity to do it. Nobody could take that away from you. You hear Eugene Hamilton talking about that? You hear Eugene Hamilton with a plan? His plan is doggy, doggy, doggy. Doggy is this, doggy is that, doggy is that. That's not a plan. That is hatred. And the people of Conaree must reject that type of message. Because you're not a people of hate, you're a people of love. And people of love must love to hear good things that's coming for them. And this Labour government is going to do that. And so as I wrap it up now, I want the people of Conaree to know that you have somebody who is fighting for you, who is willing to work for you. You must reject Eugene Hamilton at the ballots because he cannot win. There's no way he can win the constituency. Timothy Harris knows that Eugene Hamilton is weak. And what he did, he pushed him out of Cayon and tell him go St. Peter's go run, where he cannot win. And Eugene Hamilton had to lap his tail and come up there to a seat where he cannot win. And so Conaree, understand that. Vote for your future. So Labour Massive, that is Dr. Drew and Labour in Conaree. We're doing big things. Labour Massive, you ready for Monday? You ready for Monday? Well, show me your voting finger. Show me the voting finger, Labour Massive. You ready? Show me your hand. Show me the hand. Show me the hand. Vote for the hand. Thank you. Good night. May God bless all of you. Let's move on to Monday. Stay strong and we'll win. Thank you. God bless all of you.
Raise up the voting finger. Show me your voting finger. Raise up the voting. All right, me and my neighbor. Voting for Labour. Me and my neighbor. Voting for Labour. Somebody say, oh, we voting the Comrade back. Yeah, we voting the Comrade back. Cause me and my neighbor. Voting for Labour. Me and my neighbor. Voting for Labour. And then I sing Comrade with the $1 million bill.
You love him? He winning Monday? Labour winning Monday? NRP winning Monday? Well, what a dynamic young man. What a ton load of things he get done in such a short time. My goodness gracious. But how he gets so? That is Labour in action. Imagine what he's going to be able to get done when he becomes your representative here in number 8. Comrades and friends, every single candidate on the Labour platform is action-oriented. Every single candidate has a record that is worthy of your respect and your support. And we thank you. We thank you for the overwhelming support you're showing for the Labour team. It's onward to victory. And comrades and friends, is on the way to victory, under the leadership of Dr. Denzil Douglas, the boss. They're vexed because we don't call him the boss. But in this St. Kitts and Nevis culture, when somebody call you the boss, it's because they respect you, because they appreciate you. You don't even have to be the real boss in the job. But they call you the boss because they know that you work for them. You help them. You're prepared to give leadership where they need it. And comrades and friends, that is why we call him the boss. Because we know he's there for us. He has been there for the people of number 6 for 26 years. Let me hear number 6. Where are the people for number 6? In all my years, I've never seen one man loved so much by one constituency. Number 6 will not let him go. They said, don't worry what they say, Doc. We love you and we want you. Every election time, they got to pay some fella. They find somebody from somewhere and give him $100,000 and say, go and put your name in the race, just so we could show we have an opponent. How much he get? It's only 50,000 he get. Comrades and friends, the bottom line is that the boss is the best boss. He is the only boss in this race. And we love the boss. When Dr. Drew was talking a little while ago, and he said that Sleepy Hammy don't walk nowhere in Conaree, it reminded me when the boss asked me 2 years ago if I could go and take over the Ministry of Trade, Industry, Commerce, and Consumer Affairs. And I walked into that ministry. The staff was shocked because the man who was there before me, the man who said he wanted to be prime minister, and give to him now, the man had never been in the ministry. The staff in there was stunned to know that there was a minister who was coming there to meet with them. Comrades and friends, this Labour Party is about people. And there's nobody I know who loves people more than the boss. Help me bring him to the microphone. Bring to the microphone, with all the love that you have, Dr. the Honourable Denzil Douglas.
The boss is here. The boss is here. And for those who have a problem, the boss servant is here. It seems as though no matter what I do, no matter what I say, they got a problem. Well, tell them they gonna got a real problem, you know, because me gonna be here for a long time. Comrades, my fellow citizens, I want to welcome you in my own way to this massive public meeting here in Conaree. I almost could not find a place to park because streets around this specific area have been completely lined and blocked with cars. And so when I walked in here, I could not believe my eyes. Hundreds of people packed here just outside the Conaree Community Center. And this is only happening because Labour has brought again another dynamic leader to the people of Conaree and the people of constituency number 8. One of our springtime candidates who has come forward at a critical time in our political development and says very proudly, I have answered the call of the people of Conaree and constituency number 8 because I believe you are underrepresented in parliament and I want to make a difference. And so tonight, I tip my hat and I salute none other than Dr. Terrance Michael Drew. Give him 3 cheers. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. And I want to say to the people of Conaree, the people of constituency number 8, Conaree, Half Moon Bay, Kitts-Nevis, St. Peter's, Keys, and Conaree, and Canada, of course, will never be the same again with Dr. Terrance Drew in the parliament of our country representing you. Because, you see, Dr. Terrance Drew is truly a man of the people. This is my first meeting in Conaree with Dr. Terrance Drew as our candidate. Dr. Terrance Drew, with the kind of energy, with the kind of understanding, with the kind of appreciation of the people's needs in this constituency. It's hard for me, Denzil L in Douglas, 25 years as a politician, to believe that this young man has just come onto the political platform. He is a people's man. It is what someone described as hardcore politician. Ready, rearing to go, to serve is like a horse. Rearing to go, rearing to go. And I say to you, my dear people of constituency number 8 and Conaree, let the man go. Let him get the opportunity to represent you in the parliament of our country on the 16th day of February 2015. Dr. Drew is no ordinary representative. Understands human nature. Has been from humble beginnings. From right down there. He is the epitome of what Labour stands for. Where you start, that's not where you must finish. If you are poor, but you educate your mind and prepare yourself, you can be anything that you want to be here in St. Kitts-Nevis under Labour. Not under PAM, you know, under Labour. Because PAM keep you down, push you down. I am saying that to you because I come from an area that was already depressed and pushed down further with PAM. I say to you that in a community that had been described under PAM as the most depressed part of the country. Number 6. Everything that Pam gave to the people of this country, they gave it last to St. Kitts, to St. Paul's and constituency number 6. After so many poor people houses down there in constituency number 6, not even one house was built for the people for 15 years. That is why I like Dr. Drew. Because he came into this party just July of last year. You wouldn't believe it. July of last year. 2013, sorry. And he saw how people were living, especially under Hamilton for the last 5 years. Cedric did what he could, transformed Conaree in a way that it was never transformed before. But for 5 years, Conaree has stood still. Conaree has stood still. Constituency number 8 has stood still because Hamilton spent more time politicking with Pam and following the policies of Timothy Harris, staying out of Parliament, going only every 3 sitting in order to mark his name and collect his check, but never for one moment concerned about how people live. My dear people of Conaree and constituency number 8, we are here with you tonight, presenting to you Dr. Terrance Drew. I endorse him. And no matter what they say, I am the leading politician here in the Caribbean region. And when Douglas endorses a man, he got to be a winner. He got to be a winner. Dr. Drew is a winner. And so I present to you tonight a winner in the winning party, your new representative, Dr. Terrance Drew, who will step into Parliament with me after the 16th day of February and take the oath of office as the Member of Parliament for Conaree, for Half Moon Bay, for St. Peter's, for Kitts-Nevis, for Canada, and for Keys. And of course, needs must. My dear comrades, Dr. Drew is ready to serve. And he is not just ready to serve the people of Conaree. He wants to serve the interests of the people of Half Moon Bay. He understands the special challenges that you are facing. He has come to our sessions. He has made representation to the cabinet on behalf of the people of Half Moon Bay, just as the people of Canada, of Conaree, of St. Peter's, Kitts-Nevis, Keys, needs must as well. And that is why I say to you, Dr. Terrance Drew is ready to serve. My dear people, we are winning the elections. We are winning the elections. We will not win the elections in any small way. Just today, I had a call from the Prime Minister of Jamaica. And the former Prime Minister, P.J. Patterson, was saying, Denzil, tell your men and the lady among you that Jamaica is behind you. The whole Caribbean is looking at what is happening here. Because St. Kitts-Nevis stands out as a gem, as number one in the whole Caribbean region. And they're saying to me, Denzil, you have to do it not only for the St. Kitts-Nevis Labour Party and the people of St. Kitts-Nevis, you have to do it for the rest of the Caribbean region. You have to show us how you've done it. From the challenges that you faced 3 years ago to where you are today, you must be an example for the rest of the Caribbean region. And I said to you, I want Dr. Terrance Drew to be there with me to show the rest of the Caribbean how it is done here in St. Kitts and Nevis. My dear people, we are winning the elections big for the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. We have had a major fallout between Hamilton and Timothy Harris over this constituency and number 7. I told you last night, and people thought I was joking. I was dead serious in Keon when I told you that Dr. Timothy Harris was able to scheme against Hamilton so that Hamilton has been removed from representing the people of Keon, where he was born, and thrown here, thrown under the bus by Pam, where Dr. Terrance Drew is going to eat him up. Eat him up as a fowl picking up cockroach. Eat him up. And he has become very depressed as a result of that. Because you see, I don't know what's going on, you know. As much as they have mouth, they're afraid, Dr. Drew, you know. How is afraid to come here, you know. How is afraid to come to Dr. Drew, you know. Because they know he's going to eat them up. Whoever come here, going to be eaten up by Dr. Drew. So Harry is afraid to come. He scheme and scheme and scheme. And poor Harry has become the sacrificial lamb. Well, we're going to bury him when Dr. Drew finish with him. Comrades, Pam is in disarray today, tonight, as I speak to you. In total disarray. I am saying to you that Dr. Harris, he was the one who told somebody, boy, luckily I had Conaree on my side. Luckily I had Conaree on my side, he told somebody. Because it was Conaree who eventually placed the nail in the coffin of Hamilton to force him out of Keon and push him down here. Let Drew take, you know. That is what he said to somebody. Consi, he said, luckily I had made a pact with Consi. So she was able to put the final nail in Hamilton's coffin and drove him out of Keon. And eventually he ended up down here where Dr. Drew going to take his life. People of Conaree, people of constituency number 8, when somebody has been rejected by their very own people, well, what you want to pick him up down here for? Why do you want to pick up Hamilton, who has been refused by his own party to represent his own people in Keon and pushed down here into Conaree and St. Peter's? I told you all that this unity thing is only a concoction. There is nothing deep and serious about it. They are fighting among themselves because the changes in the boundaries has created so much problems about them that they don't know what to do. Totally confused. Still trying desperately to fool the people of this country. Want you to believe that up to now the boundaries ain't changed. But who gonna change them back? Eh? Who gonna change them back? Tell me who gonna change them back? The boundaries have been changed. But they can't take it. Harris continues to fool people to collect money on the face of being collecting money for election, but he gonna put it in the pocket because he know he can't win. But still using this farce that we have a chance at the Privy Council and going cap in hand, begging people money in order for his own self-aggrandizement. Nothing like money, so, and how you know him. But I say to you, Harris is history politically in this country. Hamilton will follow him as history. People of Keon, people of Conaree, people of Nevis, Canada, Keys, Half Moon Bay, don't take on Hamilton. Hamilton has been rejected by PAM. Rejected. Cast aside. Has been told you cannot represent the people of Keon. You waste of time. But we the forwardness come along here in number 8 want to represent you all. And that is why I say to you that Hamilton should be rejected. My dear people, Labour is moving rapidly towards the successful conclusion of this campaign. This country under Labour has progressed. It has introduced meaningful change in our society. We have seen how our people have advanced. St. Kitts remains the #1 country in the entire Caribbean region. Many of you may not know it because some of you are listening to the negative propaganda of PAM. We are #1. The World Bank says we are #1. The IMF says we are #1. The Caribbean Development Bank says we are #1. The Central Bank says we are #1. ECLAC says we are #1. The Inter-American Development Bank says we are #1. But some people will want you to believe that we are scraping the bucket as a country and as a people. Don't take them on. I believe that our people can remember how we lived on the palm for 15 years. Only half of the people of this country could survive. 25% of our population migrated abroad because the World Labour supporters could not get anything in this country, no matter how qualified and no matter how much they wanted to work hard to feed themselves and their families. The other 25 remained here because they did not have the means, they did not have the support abroad to go abroad. It was they who banded themselves together and with a firm determination worked and worked and worked. Worked to expand the various constituencies. Registered people, registered people, registered people. Until in 1993, we showed them the signal that if we only had the financial support, we had the people's support, you know. We did not have the financial support, and that is why we could only take victory 2 years after in 1995. When the people said, no more of PAM. Labour must now take the reins of office here in our country. And that is why today the young people are supporting us, because they know what it means to live in a modern country. Our young people, they know what opportunities have been provided for them. Educational opportunities. Dr. Drew told you a moment ago that there, here in Conaree, two major hotels, one of them being a 5-star, is presently under construction. And there, a massive development, Golden Rock Commercial Park, is also under construction. Where in the past, under PAM, could anybody think of doing a development in Conaree? Today, Labour has brought about real progress, real change here in this part of the constituency, as we've done in every single constituency here on the island of St. Kitts. And that is why I say to you that the young people are supporting us. The young people who have banded themselves as St. Kitts-Nevis youth, the skinny, they are saying, we want to work with Dr. Drew. He is the young man who we believe can lead us into a brighter future. We want to work with Conree Maynard. We want to work with Dr. Gilbert. We want to work with Dr. Norjan Wilson. We want to work with Marcella and Asim and Ghost and Douglas. We want to work because young, dynamic leadership can represent us properly in this new cabinet. And all this, all the progress that we have seen has been made possible because we know how to work hard. We know how to work hard. This young man, as I told you, July of 2013, as soon as he landed from North America, where he was doing his specialist training in medicine, came straight into the fold of Labour, stood up tall and said, Mr. Prime Minister, here I am. I am here responding to the call of the people of St. Peter's, the call of the people of Half Moon Bay, the call of the people of Conaree, of Keys, of Canada, of Needsmust. Here I am, Dr. Douglas. Pick me. I want to show and make a difference in this country of ours. And I say to you that all the progress that we have made is as a result of hard work on the part of your government, and also because of the government's policies and programs. It was us who took the Citizenship by Investment program, which was a program for one family controlled. The Citizenship by Investment program. Millions of dollars went into the coffers of one family, the Herbert family here in St. Kitts-Nevis. The Herbert family, the Morton family, the Powell family. They alone control a multi-billion-dollar program in the name of the people of St. Kitts-Nevis. One family, Herbert, Powell, and Morton. One family alone control a $1 billion program, the Citizenship by Investment program. And that is why they vex with us. They vex with us because we say, no way. It can't be right. It can't happen. Lawyers, doctors, accountants, secretaries, assistant administrative officers. They must have the right to make a decent living from the Citizenship by Investment program. And so when you're hearing them talking about, oh, it must go into the consolidated fund, ask them if Billy Herbert and the Powells and the Mortons, if they are the consolidated fund of St. Kitts-Nevis. They alone control it. Douglas opened it and they vex with Douglas for that. My dear young people, aspiring young people and professionals, aspiring lawyers and accountants and professional secretaries and assistants to accountants and lawyers, you are able to make a living today from that program because of this man here on this platform. And I don't care how much they abuse me. The more they abuse me, the more I make it wider and wider for more people. And so, my dear people, thank you. Forgot my hand. I want to make it clear that they are anxious tonight as I speak to you. They know that they are going to lose. The SIDF is going to be used as a trick to the people of St. Kitts-Nevis in the next few days. Watch and you will see. The same SIDF that they are telling you should have been closed down. Tell Dwyer Rastafan Douglas say, one of the reasons why he's vexed with me is because of grudge. Because he wanted the Citizenship by Investment program to pass to him like how it was in the hands of Billy Herbert and the Powell and the Morton family. And my cabinet under my chairmanship say, no way. It must create this sugar industry diversification foundation. The monies must go into that. And when it goes inside there, it must be used for the benefit of the people of St. Kitts-Nevis. Today, that is why we have PEP. Dwyer wanted to steal the PEP program from you. Wanted to put all that millions of dollars from the Sugar Industry Diversification Foundation into his pocket. Leg one swimming out tonight. And so, you will hear more gimmicks about the SIDF. SIDF, which they said they did not want. They will now come and tell you all kind of stupidness. They said that they will abandon the PEP program. And they will come and tell you what they're going to do with money from the SIDF, the same SIDF that they say they would dismantle when they get into office. Don't take them on. They're trying to fool you. They're trying to bamboozle your mind. Don't let them fool you. Conaree and Dwyer Rastafan and the rest of them, John L. Powell and Short as Grant. They want to have the SIDF for their own playground. They want to take the millions of dollars that we are spending on the PEP, that we are spending on students, that we are spending on those entrepreneurs, those who want to start up businesses, those who want to start their own homes, although they are still paying their student loan. They want to take away from you what is supporting you today by the SIDF. And that is why 2 days ago, they sat in a meeting and they said, we're going to bring out in our manifesto that people are going to be paid money from the SIDF. Well, you don't get it. You don't get it. You don't get it. They can't fool you because you're already getting it. Don't let Grant and Powell and Timothy and the rest of them fool you. The SIDF is yours. Don't let them fool you. Because they said in a private meeting 2 days ago, they're going to try to make one last effort to fool you to win the government by dangling some stupidness about SIDF in front of your eyes. They were the ones saying that they want the SIDF funds to go into the consolidated fund, where all of a sudden that disappears out of their minds. All of a sudden that disappears from their minds, from their policies, from their programs, because they are now desperate. But I don't care how desperate they become. They are going to take their licking. They are going to take their licking from Drew and the rest of the springtime crew in a way that they have never seen it before. And that is why I say, he ain't going to say that. You hear what he said? They call that something whooping, but we not say it. It sounds good, but we not say it. I want to say to unite my people. Let us leave Pam and their foolish propaganda and attempts to fool you behind. We have a responsibility and a duty to move our country forward. Dr. Drew told you a moment ago, and it is very, very true. We will continue to progress our country with regard to health care. Apart from the 2 hospitals which we shall build in the new term, we will have here, for the benefit of the people of Conaree, a brand new health center as well. I now say to you that when the government signed with the developer for the Golden Rock Commercial Park, one of the things that the cabinet demanded and received as a commitment is that when it is finished, there will be located here in Conaree a brand new police station for the benefit of law and order for the people of Conaree. Dr. Drew told you a while ago, he said, PM, I don't understand it. I can't even give one house to the people in Conaree. I said, boss, look around. Talk to the land surveyors. He said, a piece of land, I see a piece of land. The land belonged to Sebastians. And we have made arrangements for us to swap the land and make that land available to the people of Conaree. I want to call that new development that we shall soon start Conaree Drew Development. That is what I want to name it. Conaree Drew Development. Because this man has come, he has searched, he has found, and he will build a small community for the people of Conaree. My dear people, we will continue to ensure that we will create a green economy here for the benefit of the people of St. Kitts-Nevis. You can stay where you are and see the solar farm up there at the Golden Rock or the Bratcher International Airport. But you think we finish? A green economy means that soon the Conaree landfill will disappear, because we will go down into the landfill. We will take out the garbage that is there. We will set up a brand new plant right over here in Conaree. And we are going to convert from now on trash into energy, into electricity for the benefit of the people of St. Kitts-Nevis. A green economy, using renewable energy, converting the trash that has been here at Conaree for years into a modern plant generating electricity for the people of St. Kitts-Nevis. Boy, I tell you, I love Dr. Drew too bad. Ideas flowing from the brain of a young man ready to go and serve the people's interests here in Conaree and Numberee. And so, our green economy, converting trash into energy, ensuring that our water resources are protected, ensuring that our environment is protected, ensuring that agriculture is no longer the old-fashioned agriculture, but agriculture for the benefit of the people of Conaree, greenhouses, irrigation channels, producing food all year round, 2 hotels and a commercial park. People need to eat food. People of Conaree, apart from the fish that you will produce, you will now produce food crops for the benefit of our tourists who will occupy our hotels. We are building a brighter future. We are building a brighter future here for the people of St. Kitts-Nevis. We are saying that the infrastructural development that will take place here, apart from what is happening already, there is to come an infrastructural marvel created in the 2-mile stretch between St. Kitts and Nevis. Real estate opportunities will be created. Beaches will be created. Marinas will be created. Hotels will spring up in the middle of that channel in a way that you've never seen before. And all this will be seen from outer space. I say to you, we will be creating. We will be creating using our creativity. Using our creativity and imagination to bring permanent, sustainable development for the benefit of St. Kitts-Nevis people. We will make sure that jobs continue galore. The people, your skills will be employed, because so much construction will take place in our new St. Kitts-Nevis that we don't want to bring any skilled workers from outside. We want to be able to train our PEP workers so that they can gain full employment, moving off of the PEP, where you are getting minimum wage and have decent and full wage for the benefit of our people. I keep saying that our people need to look nice. The men must look healthy and strong. The children, they must be healthy. They must be strong. Their brain power must be enhanced. And our women folk, they must have their hair done every week. They must have their nails done. Don't forget to make your nails red. Both toenails and your fingernails. Red. And don't forget the red lipstick as well, you know. Red. I want to see you continue to look nice as if you are living in a high-income country and not in any depressed country that we have moved away from. I want to say to you that in this new country, technology will play a major role. No longer will be just simply giving laptop computers to those who are in secondary school, but those in 6th and 5th grade in the primary school must also have their laptop computers. They must be able to say, I want to be the next Bill Gates here in St. Kitts-Nevis. This is a country that must move upward and forward on the labor in the next 5 years. I want to say to you that we want to have a country that will be tackling crime. We must put in place harder laws that will eradicate gun and gang violence in our country. Too much homicides, I said to you. Too much homicides. And even though we have a record of reducing crime by 40% over the last 13 months, that's not good enough. We need to lend more support to our police and defense force and fire and rescue services. We need to make sure that we incentivize them. We want to make sure that young, qualified men and women with their CXC and their degrees must feel capable of going into the police force and our defense force in order to give of their best in the advancement of our country in terms of national security. My dear people, we want to make sure that female empowerment continues. Don't let no man tell you that they're better than you. Demand fairer wage. Demand equal wage and pay as for the same work that you are doing as our men, women. This is your party. This is your government. And I want to say that we would want to practice welcoming all into our country. We don't care where they come from. They could come from China, Taiwan, Europe, Africa. Nigerians will welcome you. No matter where you are from the Caribbean region, according to the CARICOM Treaty, we have to treat you as if you are our very own. Only Pam does not want you here. We want you. We embrace you. Our brothers and sisters who have returned from the Dominican Republic as grandparents of those who first lived here, we welcome you and we want you to work with us to advance our country. I say to you finally that we must make sure that our new country embraces all kinds of people. Those who are disabled, those who are mentally challenged, those who are suffering from certain chromosomal diseases, those who are a little slower than others, those who are suffering from autism and some of these other conditions. We are not abandoning you in this country. 3 weeks ago, a young lady, and I can call her name, I believe, the proprietor of Marshall's restaurant, was able to make contact with a specialist in autistic disease and brought her to my office and said, PM, this lady is willing to help all children in this country who are suffering from autism. They must not be abandoned. They can still make meaningful contribution in the development of our country. That is what we want in the same country, St. Kitts-Nevis. That is what Dr. Drew is all about. Embracing all, no matter who you are. You must have a place here, black or white, yellow or red. You must have a place here in St. Kitts-Nevis. And that is why I feel good tonight. I feel good that I have a man who embraces all of these policies. Conaree, I bring to you a man who is the epitome of what Labour stands for. Tonight, I say to you, the agenda of progress and change will continue. And for number 8, it will continue under Dr. Terrance Drew. God bless you, thank you, and good night.
Thank you, Prime Minister. Thank you, Conaree. Thank you, Labour masses. Thank you, friends and supporters and well-wishers. See you tomorrow night in Boyd's. Tomorrow night in Boyd's, Wednesday night in Sadler's, and Thursday night in Nevis. Good night. Those of you who have been visiting Conaree, safe journey home.